All right, so the newest Michael Jackson movie came out like I think a week ago or two, and I finally went to go see it last Sunday. Took a while to film this video because I had to kind of think about the movie, but it's not doing so well critically. A lot of people, well, at least a lot of the critics, seem to really hate the Michael Jackson movie. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not one of them. I'm probably in line with the fans. I actually really enjoy the new Michael Jackson movie. Granted, it's not perfect. I understand why some people don't like it that much, but I don't understand why it has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. That seems way too low, especially for this movie. This movie was actually pretty solid. Like, it had a lot of good things. It had a really great performance from Jafar Jackson. I really enjoyed him in the role. He really did embody his uncle really well. He got the dance moves right. He got the voice down right. He got the singing right. And he was just great. Like, he did a great job as Michael Jackson. I think he gave the best performance in the movie, and I really liked him. But yeah, he did a really good job as Michael. Like I said, he looked the part, he danced, he had the voice down, and the mannerisms. He just did a really good job personally. Like I really enjoyed Javar Jackson as Michael Jackson in this film, and I did enjoy the story. Like I thought the story was good. We got to learn a little bit about Michael Jackson. Like I'm not gonna say we learned too much, but we learned a little bit about his childhood, how his father treated him, and I think the movie does a good job of making us sympathize with Michael and seeing, his upbringing and how it affected him a little bit as an adult. Like they delve into it a little bit, but not too much. I think the set pieces are great. I think the music is fantastic. The dance sequences were awesome. I like how the movie shot. I think everybody else who's in the film, the rest of the performances are good. I think Coleman Domingo, I think his name is, the person who plays Joe Jackson, he did a great job because I really did not like Joe in this movie. He was a pretty horrible person, so I think he did a really good job of making me not like this character. And again, it just made me feel really bad for Michael. I think the costumes look great, and just the sequences too when they're filming the music. Like, for example, I'm not gonna get too much of a spoiler, but I love the Thriller aspect. I thought that entire section was awesome. The Thriller is one of my favorite songs in Michael Jackson's discography, with Beat It being my favorite, and that's another one they actually did touch upon, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, it was just honestly a really good movie. That's not too much to complain about. Like I said, this isn't going to be like a super long review, but it had a lot of good things. Like I said, the performances were good. The cinematography was pretty decent. I enjoyed the story, and I liked the journey that Michael went through. But yeah, there's not too much to complain about the film, honestly. I'm looking through my letterbox to see if I could see some complaints, but no, I think this movie was pretty solid, and it had some really good emotional moments too. Like I actually almost teared up in a couple scenes. But I gotta be honest with you, even though I really enjoy this film, it's not perfect. It does have some flaws. Well, I like that they touched upon Michael's childhood. I wish they touched upon it a little bit more because even though I really like Michael, and we all know that Michael was a troubled guy, okay, and I feel like this movie doesn't really touch upon that too much. Like it touches upon it, but not a lot. Like this movie really does go out of its way to paint him in a very good light, which isn't a terrible thing. Like I gotta be honest with you, I know Michael Jackson's accused of a lot of things. I don't really think the really serious stuff he's accused of he did. Yes, Michael Jackson was a weird guy. I will admit, Michael Jackson was a very troubled soul, but I don't think he did the thing that a lot of people are like accusing of, like the really serious things. And I understand why they didn't talk about it in this film because it's just the first part. But I also don't think Michael Jackson was like a perfect person. This is something that this film doesn't really delve into that much. Like it shows us a little bit of his imperfections, like his insecurities about his nose and why he got the plastic surgery, but not too much. It's like very surface level, and I feel like we didn't get to learn a lot about Michael as a person. So I guess the word I'm looking for is that it does feel a little sanitized, in my opinion. That's probably my biggest complaint is that they kind of gloss over a lot of things, which it is what it is. I understand why they did it. The family was in control of this movie, and they probably wanted to paint Michael in a much better light. And I'm not saying Michael was a bad dude, like I said. He wasn't. But he also isn't perfect, like this movie's trying to portray him. He was a very flawed individual. But that's probably my biggest complaint. Another complaint I have, I'm kind of looking through my notes right now, is that, let me see. Oh, it's just a little formulaic for music biopic. It is a little formulaic. Like you kind of get where it's going, the story beats and all that, but that's kind of it, honestly. Like I think Michael, the movie, is perfectly fine. Like it's a good movie. I enjoy it. I don't think it's as horrible as the critics say it is. Like a 33% seems very low. Like it has a lot of good stuff, and if you're a big Michael Jackson fan, you're gonna really enjoy this film. Like genuinely, you're gonna love it. Sure, I wish they did touch upon a couple of other things, and I wish it didn't feel sanitized. I guess, like I said, is the word I'm looking for. I feel I kind of wish the movie was a little bit more raw with his portrayal, but it's still really good. Like I still really like it as a big Michael Jackson fan who's been listening to his music since he was like three. I really enjoy this movie, and I'm curious to see where they're gonna go with the second film. If they're gonna touch upon if they're gonna touch on the more serious allegations, they're probably not because they're technically not allowed to. But I do hope we get a second movie, and if we don't, it is what it is. I think for a first film, this was really solid, and I really enjoy it. It's not the greatest biopic, but it's a pretty damn good movie in my opinion. But yeah, that's really it for me. Like I said, I know it's kind of a short review, but that's kind of all I have. I don't really have a lot of complaints about the new Michael Jackson movie. I think it is perfectly solid. So yeah, apologies if this review isn't fantastic. It's been a while since I did this. It's kind of been busy doing my own things in life, but yeah, I just had to talk about this movie because like I said, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and I was really looking forward to this film. And personally, it lived up to my expectations. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a good movie, and I don't think it's as bad as the critics say it is. So please go watch this, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people are watching this. This is making a lot of money. But yeah, it's a solid film. If I had to rate it, I give it like 3.5 stars. It's pretty decent.